Yo, yo, yo. What up, peoples? Happy Thursday, man. Today is no misinformation day. I don't believe you, dude. Wait. First and foremost, but you said no misinformation day. You said no misinformation day. So that means that you can't be bringing me bullcrap at all, dude. Oh, it totally jacks that up, I think. What is all this, bro? What are you doing? Happy Thursday, brother. Just wait. Tomorrow is misinformation day. Okay. Alright, word. I can't wait. I just cannot wait, dude. What do you got here, bro? Let's see this. Happy Thursday, everybody. So you got you and your waifu living in a virtual Minecraft house now? Is that what's going on? You're a trip, bro. You're a trip. Same building skills. Yo, yeah, we had kind of thanks for this, dude. The original Resident Evil coming to PC. Yeah, unremastered glory. Yeah, we kind of it was looking like it was gonna be something along those lines. Yeah, but I appreciate it. Cool. We had seen where it was getting re-rated in parts of the world, which meant that it was going to be coming in some capacity back out. Yep. What up, Davey? How you doing, buddy? What we got here? A Dead Rising remaster. Interesting. Yeah, cool. Nice, dude. Thanks, buddy. We'll hit on it. Cool. Awesome. Wait, what? Showed me a CPU that some dude wouldn't tell her which one it was or something. It wouldn't say, oh, this is a Ryzen 5. Just identified it for her, and that's another one. Why wouldn't they tell her what it was? Davey on that 7-stream streak, boy. How did you know? And you just fed her full of crap and you were like, you lied to her and like, because I'm good at misinformation. And she just bought it, dude. Nice, Ferret. Ferret on that 30 stream. Let's go. That's funny, dude. Yo, everybody's streaking, bro. Nice. Ferret, we're just gonna have to take that streaking for both you and Davey right there, because it's gonna be on a cooldown now, but we're gonna try to run it again. Don't want to streak? Yeah, you need to be different, huh? You just gotta be different. How you doing, buddy? Ferret, did you get any feedback about the keyboard situation? Happy Thursday, guys. Davey, how you doing, buddy? Long weekend coming up, yeah? Long weekend? Oh, baby. Is today the last day of work before the long weekend, brother? Yo! So we should have all the video gaming news segments up from the past week. We've got a few independent articles that are public on the YouTube page. I'll show them to you in a second. But, yeah, let's do it, man. We got video gaming news for today coming up. June 27th edition. And then we're gonna hop into some more Ghost of Tsushima, and we're gonna try to push through this DLC content. Okay, so we'll get in and we'll play Ghost of Tsushima DLC. All right, so the expansion content, we're gonna push through that. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Soup, thanks for the jump start on the articles that we'll touch on this morning. Appreciate it, buddy. Let's do it, guys. Let's get in here. Okay. Long weekend, no. Oh, gotcha. Getting Monday instead of Friday. Okay, cool. Word up, word up. July 1st is Canada Day. Cool. Cool, man. Awesome. Word up. The more you know, I guess. Cool. Well, so 2 more days of work, huh? But then still 3 days. So that's good, man. That's good stuff. Love to hear it. I'd have to pay return shipping. They also just offered to gift me a $10 coupon, and after thinking, I probably wouldn't use the macro keys enough. And I used that coupon to buy a wrist rest from them. Oh wait, so they just straight up gave you a $10 coupon? To like use? No matter whether you're returning it or not? Shut up, dude. That's insanely cool. Wow. Yo, good on them, dude. And apparently pretty quick response and everything too. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Good on Red Dragon, dude. Awesome. Nice. Good to know. Good to know. Huh. Wasn't even a matter of somebody not being necessarily thrilled with the product, just found one that they, you know, potentially would have liked more, and they were like, well, you know, here's $10. You can use on our from our side, whatever, you know. That's pretty impressive, dude. That's pretty cool. Good to know. Yeah. Yo, you know who wouldn't have done something like that? Asus. Too soon? Bro, that's funny, man. All right, let's get in here. Let's see what we can find for this morning. Yeah. Let's go. Let's do it. Oh yeah, but these are the new
shut your pie hole, buddy.
Yeah, exactly, Ferret. Yeah, exactly. So we do have a few new, besides on the YouTube page, all the full video gaming news segments that we did last week are public, as they usually are after my Wednesdays off. We've got a few independent articles that I found to be worth making YouTube videos out of that we covered. There's this one that is going to be us discussing the fact that FromSoft still hasn't fixed their PC performance, even on the drop of the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. We've got the, this is a good one right here. Sweet Baby Ink showing up in the early scenes of what to be expected from Wolverine, Insomniac's new Wolverine game, as well as talking about Midnight Society dropping Dr. Disrespect, which I'm sure we'll probably be hearing more about as we keep moving through the news, but that was our initial addressing of that and stuff. And so, yeah, got all 3 of those out there if anybody didn't get to see those. Let's get in here. Let's see what we got. What is this? I don't like IGN, but I'll believe it when I see it. Apparently there's a patch that they're saying some bug fixes that could help with performance. Look, man, if they haven't pushed out any kind of updates yet that have really helped the game since its release, why would I expect there to be any now? So, I don't know. We'll see on that front. Yeah, this is what Soup pushed to us, so we'll be taking a look at that. Forza Horizon 4 is getting delisted this year. Here we go. The doc has confessed to sending a minor messages. So he's actually, it sounds like, yeah. Yep, we'll be touching on that. Looks like we're finally going to get the deets, dude, on what happened 2 years later. Oh, Mortal Kombat 1's going to get Terminator and Conan the Barbarian as characters. Sick. Right, man, cool. What advice would you give a struggling Elden Ring player? Get good. It's literally one of those games where I think the best you can give advice to somebody in a game like Elden Ring is you've got to be willing to try different things. You also have to just understand that one of the things, if you're committed to a certain play style, you just got to learn how to get good with that play style. If you're not willing to, you know, sacrifice weight, defense, you know, if you're like fat rolling or mid rolling, you know, and you're not willing to sacrifice some of that to get a quicker dodge roll off or whatever, you know, you've got to figure out how to get better at knowing the game mechanics. What are you talking about, Ferret? What are you talking about, brother? So I think that's one of the most important things. Sometimes you can, you know, advise people that it might be worth, you know, if you're at a certain part of the, because it's an open world game, it's not hand-holdy. They don't take you in a certain route. Oh, nice, dude.
__ is raiding with
Hell of
11
Carols. Nice, dude. Yo. Thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate it. Yeah. Yo, thanks, Ferret. Thanks for the shout out. Yo. Awesome. All right. Very much appreciated. Thanks for the follow, my friend. I got you. I'll hit you back with one of those. There you go. Everybody. Yo, what up, True? Everybody go throw Kel of Kells a follow, please. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Everybody that came in from the raid there, welcome in. We're doing a video gaming news segment. This is the way we start off all of our streams. We always just try to stay current on what's happening in the industry, promote a healthier industry for us as gaming enthusiasts and consumers of these products and stuff, man. So we're going to play some Ghost of Tsushima here in a little bit after we finish this, but this is the way we do everything. Yeah, I kind of figured that's how that happened, man. So big shout out to Ferret. Ferret's an awesome friendo, man, and you know, mod in here and everything. So he told me there was a little bit of a surprise incoming. Yeah. Yo, I really appreciate it, Kels, appreciate it very much. You were playing what? Some Destiny? Is that what was going on? Oh no, you were playing Chrono Trigger. Oh, sick. Let's go, dude. Nice, awesome, dude. Nice stuff. Chrono Trigger, awesome, dude. That's a blast from the past right there. Yeah, blast from the past. Nice. What a great old school RPG right there, man. That's awesome. Hope you had a great stream, my friend, and very much appreciate the raid. I'll do my best to get over there and take a look at your channel and your content, and I'll keep you in mind for. I don't know what your stream times usually are, but I'll keep you in mind for trying to pay back that you know, that love and support and stuff, and get you some raids going your way and stuff whenever I can. Oh, usually on Destiny or Final Fantasy 14. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh hey, dude, that's a great recommendation though. Chrono Trigger. I haven't played Chrono Trigger since like back in the Super Nintendo days, man. And that I would be. It would be almost like playing from scratch again for me. You know, it's been that long, but it's a banger of a game. It's very. I think that's why, you know, Sea of Stars kind of has that vibe. It's got that very kind of Chrono look to it. It's got a little bit of the same mechanics and stuff. I think that's one of the reasons it did so well last year as an indie title. Sea of Stars did, because it's got kind of the same Chrono vibes to it a little bit. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh well, hey man, that's awesome. Yeah. My favorite game of all time is like Final Fantasy VII. You know, I'm very much like an old school RPG gamer from back in those days too. You know, as well. You know, Ferret and I talk about Final Fantasy 3/6 all the time. You know, that's like one of my other favorites. And so, you know, from that era, right? Yeah, very cool, man. That's awesome. I figured you might have a little bit of some Destiny going on. Because Ferret, you know. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh, for real, 9's your first one? Yeah, a lot of people love 9. I didn't like 8. I thought 8 was pretty bad, besides the minigame. I liked the minigame in 8, and I love 10. 10's probably, for me, it probably stacks like Final Fantasy 7, then Final Fantasy 3/6, then Final Fantasy 10, and then it would probably be 9 for me after that. But they're all of those are very, very good in my opinion. And it looks like we've got 9, a remake for 9 coming our way, if you hadn't heard that. So something to look forward to there, Kel of Kells. Yeah. What up, Reject? How you doing, brother? What's going on, man? Yeah. Final Fantasy 9, yeah, dude, I haven't played it in a long time either, but I always enjoyed it. I always thought it was good. And, again, like I said, there's been a lot of leaks and stuff coming out that Final Fantasy 9 Remake is on its way. Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, right on, Kel. Yeah, 8 just was not my jam, dude. I didn't think 8 was very good. I think what it was I was so enamored with 7, and 8 didn't give me the same vibes, you know, and it wasn't ticking a lot of the boxes that I wanted from a game after 7 came out, and I just didn't like it very much. The minigame was a banger. I love the minigame that they had in Final Fantasy 8, but content wise it just wasn't there for me. But different strokes for different folks, you know what I'm saying. Again, I very much appreciate it, Kel. Thank you very much. You'll have to. Do you have your schedule posted anywhere? Like they just don't have good taste? I guess so, man. Yo, one second, guys. One second. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe that's more of what it was. Oh, I mean, yeah. I don't know. It's not like 7 didn't have its own kind of side of that to it too, but it wasn't. You know, I guess maybe wasn't as focused, right, on just that notion. So. Yeah. I highly recommend. I mean, just because, again, I think we all have our different, you know. I think the gameplay in it was fine and everything. It was just, it was just the story and stuff and everything. It just didn't grab me like 7 did, and I just couldn't. It was hard for me to stick with it. But I know there are other people that love it, and you know, there's no reason for somebody just to not try it. If you like Final Fantasy in general, you know, and you've never tried 8, but you like a lot of the older games, then I would highly recommend giving it a shot, because you never know. You might like it. You know what I mean? We all have different tastes and opinions and stuff like that, so for sure. Yeah. I'd go give the wifey some snoggings real quick. You know, we had to snog down before she headed to work, dude. Yeah. Ferret knows. Ferret knows, dude. Yeah, Kel, I appreciate it very much. Thank you very much for the raid. And Ferret, thanks for recommending us to raid, man. I appreciate it. I'll try and keep track of you and give you some, you know, reciprocate some of that love, man. Give you some raids if I see you on whenever I'm getting off of my streams and stuff like that. Cool. I appreciate it very much, my friend. That's awesome. And it sounds like we got pretty similar taste in games and stuff too, so it'll be fun to get to know you a little bit better and everything. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, that's alright. Oh yeah, that's okay. I understand how that goes. No worries. Let's see what else we got here, guys. We've already got like 5 articles up this morning we're going to cover. Life does happen, dude. That is absolute. Yeah, you can always count on that as a for sure thing. Life does happen. Ooh, Hades 2 got a monstrous patch. First major update for Hades 2. Oh no. Oh no. I might have to do some runs of Hades 2, guys. We'll see. We'll see. I might not get back into Hades 2 until they go full release on it. But we'll see. That's a tough one to stay out of as they keep updating it. Yeah, Steam Summer Sale is supposed to start today. Yeah, I saw that, Ferret. Yep. The Power World's been having a ton of big updates, and that's one of those games too where it's been hard for me to stay away from that a little bit. It's Power World, you know, what did we put? Like 50 to 60 hours in that on release, and God, it was so good. Even with the issues that it had performance-wise, and you know, it was just a little bit rough, right? I mean, I expected that though. It was just from an indie developer in a game of that magnitude and that size, and it just had some wonkiness to it. You know, it had some weirdness and some things that didn't work quite as you would want. Needed some polish. And so at the point where we decided to quit playing, I didn't even experience everything the game had to offer yet, but I was like, you know, I am definitely going to dive back into this on full release. And I keep seeing more updates come for that game, and the developer keep talking about the things they're implementing, and I'm so excited, dude. I am so excited for the full release of Power World. That's one of those harder games for me to want to dive into until full release, though, because it takes more of a dedicated, you know, sticking with it as it's, you know, survival, base building, stuff like that. It feels like you need to be more dedicated in a playthrough. Whereas Hades 2 has just got that, it's easier to pick up and put down with the whole, you know, roguelike kind of situation with it being early access. If there's some new content, I can just take a day to like do a few runs or whatever, you know what I mean, and be okay with it. But I still might just wait until the full release, because we've done a lot of stuff in Hades 2 already, and it felt really, I mean, the game already feels phenomenal, but you could see where they were missing some content and still trying to finish up some stuff, and so I might just wait. Interesting. New licensed Steam controller by Hori, by the way. Let's take a look at that real quick. What's your favorite Borderlands game? I haven't played some of the more recent ones. I haven't played Tiny Tina's Wonderland. I haven't played 3. But dude, 1 and 2 were both bangers. I thought the pre-sequel was meh. Really. 1 and 2 were so good, dude. Funny enough, the last couch co-op game I played probably was It Takes Two. I played it with my wife. Borderlands 2. I loved Borderlands 2, dude. I thought it was so good. What basic enemy would be terrifying in real life? Anything that resembles a praying mantis. That is bigger than you are or the same size as you are. All right? I think that's that's one of those things for me. A Way Out? I haven't. Is it? I'll have to check it out, Kel. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. So my wife's not a big gamer. So I'm a nerd. My wife's a geek. Basically is what it comes down to. My wife just wants to like read books and do puzzles, you know, and like all I want to do is play video games, and it's okay. I mean, it works for us, you know what I mean? That's just the way both of us have always been. But we did recently, you know, like sometimes I'll read books with her, you know what I mean, just to do things together, you know. Has a fantastic story, reasonably short. I'll have to take a look at it. It sounds familiar, but I can't picture it in my mind's eye right now. But here recently, like what was it? Probably about 4 or 5 months ago, we actually played It Takes Two because I'd heard great things about it, and she was like, "Let's try to find a game to play together, to spend some time together," you know. And I was like, "Okay, cool, yeah, let's do it," you know. And so we played It Takes Two, and it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun playing together, and it was very, you know, it was a nice thing for us to do together, just to spend time and everything, you know. It was cool. Let's pull up A Way Out real quick. That's true. There's a lot of great co-op games out there. There really are. Dude, they're incorporating couch co-op to Sea of Stars, which is the game I was just talking about. They're incorporating couch co-op to Cult of the Lamb. Oh, interesting. Yeah, okay. Wow. Yo, good call, Kel. Yeah, interesting. Oh, that's kind of wild. I do recall this. I couldn't picture what it was, but I do vaguely recall this from back around when it released. Exclusive co-op adventure when you play the role of one or two prisoners making their daring escape from prison. Yeah. I vaguely recall this. Released in March 2018. Cool. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Yo, if anybody else wants to see this, take a look. There's a ton of have you guys seen there's actually a new one that just came out, just released. Look at this. It's on the store page of Steam. What time does the Steam sale start? We need to take a look at when that starts, because it's starting date. Have you guys seen this? Chained Together. This is a new co-op game that just came out. Oh, cool. Nice, Kel. Yeah, thanks. So this is one that just came out that people have been streaming, you know. It's it's kind of wild. Was, maybe still is, a free game. Oh, you talking about the one that got announced? You talking about the Islands of Insight, the puzzle one? Is that what you're talking about? Pinky? Yeah, I'll look at that in just a second. So this is one that just released on June 19th. And this one looks kind of wild. It's almost got that, like, that vibe of you're just, like, climbing stuff and everything, but it's all co-op and chained together. You're chained together with people. So you've all got to make it through together as you're climbing through these obstacles and, like, parkouring and stuff. And if anybody fails... So Pinky's definitely going to want to do this with me, is basically what I'm getting at, because I'm great at parkour, you know. People are it's 90% positive right now. Yeah, when we playing it, brother, you would rage so hard playing this with me. Hold on, but watch this. I'll show the I'm good at Destiny 2 parkour. I'm bad at all parkour. Here, I'll show the video of it real quick, just because it's a new release. Take a look at this.
For lost souls, do you want to escape the flames of hell? How fortunate, for I was growing bored. I've concocted a little...
So see, you can do like 2-player, or you can do all the way up to like 4-player, I think.
Not sure if you're capable, though. I eagerly await your falls and the very first hurdles.
Lose hope in humanity, it's fine. Oh man.
Stand a chance of escaping from here. I bet 10 souls you'll fall.
Oh, and Game Pass killed. Nice.
Glimpse of sunlight.
Chained Together, I know, Ferret. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Pinky's gonna be so pissed at me if we play this together.
Fall. It doesn't seem to be working. I must devise another strategy.
You know what it looks like? It looks like Dark Souls. Based on the footage, I'll literally be carrying you. I know. That's why I'm saying this, dude. That's why I'm saying this. Right? It looks like Dark Souls, does it not? It looks like old school Dark Souls but just built on a massive parkour. Right? Here, I'll link it for you guys. There you go. Yeah, just environment-wise, though. Environment-wise and, like, the way the characters move and everything, it's so very Dark Souls-esque to me is what it looks like. I just keep seeing it every time I see, like, pictures of it and stuff. But that's definitely something. Here, I'll do this. Let's, oh my God, Pinky's gonna hate me for if we play this together, dude. He'll never, he's gonna be like, dude, unmod me. I'm leaving the channel. Let's add something in here, dude. Hold on. Let's get the tunes popping. Chain together, dude. Say date when and I'm buying it today. Well, let's talk about when to play it, because we'll talk about when to play it. We're gonna talk about the schedule moving forward anyways, but god dang, dude. All right, yeah, I'm gonna put it right here. I mean, we could even get some other people in on this if possible, but I don't know what other people's schedule would accommodate. You know, we can talk about it though. I know, dude. I saw some people playing this like a couple of days ago, and I was like, oh my god, bro, this is Pinky's game right here. You know, this is right up his alley. So, well, what do you want to do? I mean, we got Sons of the Forest coming up, and like any free time you have, we're going to be playing that, right? Oh, yeah, nice, Ferret, for sure. Yeah, yeah. So we got, well, and it might even go on sale, because today, I would say wait to buy it, because if anybody's thinking about buying this, wait. It's a brand new game. Yeah, I mean, it's only $5, so it's not like you're breaking the bank on it. But, who knows, it might go like a little bit cheaper, because today the Steam sale is supposed to start. I don't know what time. Let's look that up real quick. Did I link the game? Yeah, I linked it. Okay. Alright. I'll just add it to my cart for now. Are there new enemy types in Tsushima Act 3? I don't think so. Not that I recall, dude. I don't think so. Yeah, yeah, Ferret, yeah. I would say for anybody looking to buy anything right now, just hold off, because not too many. I think it might be within the next 2 to 3 hours. We'll look it up right now. But the Steam sale is going to start off. Summer Steam sale. There's going to be a lot of games on sale. We'll look at it right now. I don't think there's new enemy types in Act 3. I think it's mainly just what you expect. You know, there was a big difference between Act 1 and 2. But I don't think there's really a whole lot of difference between 2 and 3, dog. Suffering on Iki. So that will end. Oh no, bro. Yeah, see, I wait. I almost always wait to do DLC content, expansion content until I'm done with the main game. So I'll be experiencing Iki today. I'll go into Iki today. So we'll see how brutal it is today on my stream. Let's look at when the Steam sale starts. $10 a.m. Oh, so it starts at noon. So we got about 5 hours left, guys. So in about 5 hours, the Steam Summer sale will begin. All right. So 10 a.m. Pacific. That's going to be 1 p.m. Eastern. That's going to be noon my time. So convert that to your own time frame. So, but 5 hours, wherever you're at, 5 hours from now, Steam sale should start. Okay. So just get ready for that. And if you've got games you've been looking to buy, Hold off for about 5 hours, and you might be able to get a pretty good sell on them. Okay. There's a penguin game too. We were talking about co-op games. What's the name of that penguin game where it's a co-op game that's almost like chained together, but instead of it being a 3D platformer, it's more like a 2D platforming game. You guys know the one I'm talking about? Oh, what's the name of that game, dude? It looks really good too. Waking up today, squeeze some extra levels in. Put Battle Pass in it at 5. Bro, you need to just give it, because we're going to be playing ZZZ anyways. Don't worry about it anymore. Just let it go. Hold on. Bread and Fred, dude, that's it. Hold on. Yeah, Ferret has it. Yep, Ferret has it. Bread and Fred, that's it. Am I tripping? Right here. This is another one that looks pretty cool if you haven't ever seen this one. And Ferret's got a link there, so take a look. It's 86% positive. It's kind of that same notion of a co-op game. But it's, instead of 3D, like I said, instead of a 3D platforming game, it's a 2D kind of platformer where you're kind of running through this and swinging each other through it and stuff. Pre-registered? Nice, dude. Awesome, me too. Yeah. All right. So, check that out if you're into these like co-op kind of games. You can see it like right here. It's kind of wild. Could be a cool play. The wife and I looked at this one too. All right, let's get back into finding some articles. You're gonna be, bro, you're gonna be gotcha'd up. Gotcha'd up. All right. Okay, I do have our times listed from basically Tuesday through today, just so if we missed anything while I was off yesterday, hopefully we'll catch it. Yo, again, if anybody's hanging out, and I'm gonna shout out Kel of Kells again. We got raided this morning by Kel, and very much appreciate it. So if anybody didn't catch the raid, do me a favor and go throw Kel of Kells a follow. Yeah. Show some of that community love, yo. Wait, what? Night what? Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Just after midnight? Oh, sick. Wow. God dang, dude. Yeah, in New Zealand? Let's go, dude. I was getting ready to say, you're living in the future, man. Yeah, we've had a lot of community members over there in like Australia and New Zealand and stuff, man. Worldwide stream for reals. Yeah, dog. Yeah, no doubt, dude. I'm so jealous. I've always wanted to go check out New Zealand and Australia, man. Yeah. I've heard great things about New Zealand for sure. I've always wanted to go check it out. But unfortunately, my wife is deathly afraid of, especially bugs and spiders. And every time I try to talk about us potentially going and living there for a while or checking it out, she's like, I don't think I can do it, I don't think I can handle it, Like a big spider to my wife is nothing compared to like a big spider to like a somebody from New Zealand or Australia, New Zealand's fine. You say that, See, it wouldn't bother me that much. I grew up with like tarantulas around and stuff like that. It wasn't a big deal. It's Australia that's the spider hell. It's not nearly as bad on New Zealand, is it not? I still think it's probably quite different than where we're from. Probably, I would say. But again, I don't think it would be, you know, I'm not as you know, it doesn't bother. Like, I catch them, dude. I'll catch them and put them outside and stuff. My wife's like, burn it with fire, dude. You know, don't really have many. Really? I didn't know that. I thought it was fairly similar, you know. Only in power armor. Oh yeah, ferret. Yeah, that's a big tourist attraction. Yeah. Yep. Yep. The Shire. Yeah. That's interesting. Well, hey, Kel, I appreciate you very much, and I hope you rest well, and I'll be checking for you to see if you're streaming whenever I end and stuff. See if I can reciprocate that the raid and everything, and send some people your way and stuff. It's very much appreciated. And Ferret, shout out Ferret, dude. Thanks for the recommendation, and you know, getting some more people. You know, getting more Twitch friends together, man. You know what I mean? I appreciate it. Australia's a country that wants to unalive you, has made armies. You know what's funny though about, like, it's also made Australians just so averse to the threat of what a lot of animals are too. You know, we've got like this whole like natural instinct in a lot of our lizard brains about like what to be afraid of. Australians have just like evolved beyond it. They're like, you know, oh hey, it's a scary animal. Let's go play with it. You know, it's like they don't have that like that inherent fear anymore that like we you know, it started incorporating into our brains as cavemen, you know. It's like Australians have just gotten over it. They had to. They didn't have any other, you know, way to go about it. Otherwise, they just would have died over there. You know? It's pretty funny, man. Oh, the huntsmans, yeah. Those things are massive too. God, they're huge, and they don't give a crap. You know. They don't give a crap. They'll straight up like jump at you and stuff, right? Huntsmans are wild, man. Yeah. Oh yeah, we love meeting new cool people too, man. So I'm so glad that we Ferret, dude, Ferret doing the work, getting peoples together, man. Yeah. Chased outside your own ones. Dude, they're huge. I mean, like I said, I mean, I grew up kind of country where I'm, you know, in the country where I'm from, very rural, and we had tarantulas, but they're chill. The tarantulas we had were chill. They don't mess with you. They're just trying to live their best life. You know what I mean? They're just like out in the woods. They'll live in like wood stacks and stuff because it get cold in the winter, you know, and we got wood stacks built up for like burning and fireplaces and stuff. They'll live in wood stacks. They'll, you know, eat small, you know, they eat like lizards, they'll eat like mice and stuff because they're big tarantulas, but they're chill. They don't mess with you. They'll run from you. Huntsmans are different. They got no cares to give, dog. I've seen so many videos of the huntsman spiders. I'm like, God dang. People trying to like catch them and get them out of the house and stuff, and they're like, nah, you're not messing with me like that, dude. It's so funny. I mean, it's flipping, it's wild. It's funny watching somebody else deal with it, but having to deal with it yourself would be, a little bit different. All right, Kels, I won't keep you on here anymore. Have a great night, my friend. I hope you sleep well and don't dream of huntsman spiders, okay? We'll catch you very soon, okay? And everybody that came in with Kels, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. That's so funny, dude. This is so wild. We've been reading about this for the past couple of days. Dude from New Jersey flew to Florida just to attack somebody. Cake? That's right. That's right. Yeah, you too, my friend. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt. Be safe, my friend. Rest well. We'll see you soon. Favorite version of the Joker? Easy. I would say most people have the same, which would be Heath Ledger, right? I'm a huge Joker fan. I've been a Joker fan since I was a child. Been a Joker fan since, you know, I used to watch, you know, Michael Keaton's Batman with Jack Nicholson playing the Joker. I fell in love with the Joker back then. But Heath Ledger is hard to beat. And I'll say this, the new Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix, bro, he nailed that one too. He did a very good job. It's still not going to trump Heath Ledger's for me, but it's still very good. Now, the biggest question is, what's the worst Joker? And I think this is an easy one too. Nice, very nice. Yeah, there you go, Ferret. What's the worst Joker? I think everybody can agree on that too, probably. It's an easy one for me. We've talked about the difference between Game Pass, PS Plus. It's going to be a very subjective kind of decision there. Jared Leto, exactly, dude. It's so bad. So bad. There's literally a reason why, like, Suicide Squad moved forward with, like, so many of those characters besides the Joker. Jared Leto, he totally failed that character, man. It was so bad. Looks like we've got PS Plus Essential games for July being announced for PS5 and PS4. Let's take a look at that. I've already talked about this. It's actually kind of disgusting. Best Buy's doing something where if you spend $175, you'll get a $50 credit if you're a member of their club or whatever. Something like that. We talked about it on Tuesday. It's in the video gaming news channel of the Discord if you want to go pull it up, but it's not a great deal, to be honest with you. Unless you're already a member and you're already planning on buying like almost $200 worth of gaming stuff, then maybe. But other than that, maybe. Yeah. He didn't even look like, he looked like a wannabe thug. You know what? He was like an, you guys know who the Island Boys are? He was like an island boy. I'm sorry, it just doesn't work, dude. Most of the funniest interactions that I've had gaming online have to do with playing games with Pinky, dude. Oh, cool, dude. Nice. That's awesome. Very cool, man. All right. Did you get to do some more rating yet? Have you guys progressing with that? Cough. You talking about Nico Nixie? Our old streamer friendo. No, you're fine. I think our names changed a little bit, but that's what I always know her as. Because that's what we met as, and we were, you know, she was for a long time. Yeah. No, you had it. You're right. That's cool, man. That's cool. I haven't talked to her a whole lot over the past, like, probably, dude, year, really. That's very cool. We got this up. We're gonna talk about that. Steam game recording now available for beta users. Interesting. Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, cool. Yeah, she normally had like a later schedule, like compared to what mine is, at least for what my time frame is, you know. Let's take a look at that. Steam game recording. Yeah, I think so. Well, that's cool, man. That should be fun if you guys are able to make that work. Yeah, so that dude that flew from New Jersey to Florida is actually getting an attempted murder charge. He attacked that other person with a hammer over some game issue or whatever. Attempted murder charge. Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom is available for pre-order. I know Ferret's down. Cash will be grabbing that too for sure. Yeah, yeah, no doubt, Ferret. I mean, that's just crazy. Yeah, I mean, you know, I mean, we all. I think we all have our things we deal with. You know what I mean? But there's some people that, man, they end up doing some things, and you're just like, wow, that's quite wild. It's hard to imagine people going to the extremes that some people have. You know, it's really just kind of mind-blowing, isn't it? Like to be playing a game and get so upset you're willing to book a flight. And this is the thing, most people, time usually calms most people down, right? Time usually calms most people down, even if you know you're running on emotion for an amount of time. Usually time will soothe that a little bit, you know. Not that you won't, you know, still have some ill feelings about what might have gone down or whatever, but this individual had enough time to book a flight, fly all the way down there. Like, I mean, that's a lot of premeditation right there, dude, over a video game, to go like basically try and take somebody out with a hammer. That is bonkers, dude. That is crazy. Yeah, we got the classic Resident Evil games being back. We got an article up for that. We'll talk about that. Bro, what's your favorite game in the Donkey Kong Country series? Straight up the original. Original Donkey Kong Country I had on Super Nintendo, and god dang, dude. For me, it's just because it's so nostalgic, and I didn't play a whole lot of other ones anyways, but it was just such a banger. Avalanche Shooter Blood Loop launches play to airdrop via Epic Games Store. Let's see what this is. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. We've already got that up. We're going to talk about this. Let me solo her is now let me solo him. That's awesome, dude. This individual's back and taking on Mesmer for people. That's awesome, dude. Oh, man. That's really cool. Man, we're jamming. Yeah, Pinky, we'll have to talk about when we can get some time into the schedule. When you want to try to play that together, dude. Oh, you're gonna hate me, man. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. Well, most people know, you know, Donkey Kong from arcade cabinets, right? But yeah, you're right. If people are old enough to remember Donkey Kong on arcade cabinet, you know? Yeah. That's funny, bro. Ooh, excuse me. Metroid Prime 4, that's big hype for people, man. I'm probably gonna have to have some kind of like Metroid month. We'll probably have to do like Metroid March. How's that sound? Metroid March this coming year. I've got a lot of Metroid games I need to catch up on. I wonder when they're gonna have Metroid 4 out. Cause dude, I need to play Metroid Dread. I need to play Metroid the Metroid Prime remaster. We got Metroid Prime 4. There's a lot of them that I need to just like hunker down and play through and stuff. And we might have to just do like Metroid March or something. Bro, why does this music give me like Doors vibes? God, I hate that so much, Ferret. But yeah, I'll just probably just beat it normally and then drop it. I hate that so much. I could always just like buy it early, have my son beat it, you know, and then play it on hard mode. It's a thought. What about Grim Dawn? What about it? Oh yeah. See, I put 165 hours in Grim Dawn, but I haven't played it since 2020. You know, yeah. Grim Dawn I played fairly early in its development and everything, and so I didn't really go back to it. And I think whenever I played it in 2020, that was just very sparsely. I didn't get a lot of time in at this. It was like actually before this even where I did most of my playtime, you know? Yeah. I'm a little bit more accepting of that though, because that's something that's been in those kinds of like dungeon crawling hack and slash games, and it's a part of progression and you know, progression for leveling, progression for loot, all that kind of stuff. It's been that way in a lot of those types of games for a long time, so I'm more accepting of that. So it's it just depends on the way those kinds of games are developed too, whether or not that feels good. But in games where it's just like, oh hey, we're gonna let you play through only on one difficulty, or you know, on only a number of difficulties, and then after you beat the game, we're gonna act like this is your way to have replayability. You know, when it's just there's nothing different, it just makes it harder. You know, that's the thing where I really get stuck on it. It's like, come on, man, just give that to everybody out the gate. Don't do that. You know. Yeah, got to half in Nightmare difficulty on hardcore before I got kind of burnt out. Yeah. Yeah. We got Path of Exile 2 coming later this year too, man. I'm definitely getting down on that. I think Ferret's down. We'll probably have a number of people playing that. Syke, maybe? Pinky, maybe? Maybe? Path of Exile 2. Need to see if that shows up on the Steam sale. Poor wallet. What are you talking about? Path of Exile? Wait. What are you talking about? Yeah, Path of Exile 2 is what I was talking about. And possibly, yeah. Well, Path of Exile 2 should be free to play again, I'm guessing. I would be surprised to see Ghost of Tsushima on a sale right now. It's just so close to release. But you never know. What I would say is that if you look at like Fanatical or Good Old Games, you might be able to get like a 15 to 70% off just on, let me look real quick. Dude, we are straight jamming. We're jamming. We're jamming. Doesn't look like you can get on here. A lot of times these sites will do like a regular retail price % off on games. Doesn't look like either of them are doing it right now. Probably because they're doing summer sale stuff though. Usually when they're not doing like big time. Oh, they're right here, dude. 15% off regular retail price, June 15. That's right. Get it fair. Yeah, I like this song. The song's a banger. Hold on. Yeah, so you can get 15% off any regular retail price game. So if you wanted to actually, if you were thinking about buying it right now, you could go for Ghost of Tsushima, Director's Cut, Steam version, $59.99, and then you would get 15% off that, you know? So you would just need to put the code in whenever you're checking out. Green Man Gaming. Just so anybody knows, whenever games come out and you're very, you know you're going to be buying it. Do they have quadruple A games though? I don't know, you know. I don't know. Those two sites are quite often, you'll be able to find usually 15 to 18% off regular retail price games. Either one of those. And they're both legit. So, as opposed to like Steam, games on release on Steam, you don't usually see a sell on them. Unless it's like an early access title or something, they'll give you like sometimes 10%, something like that. But if it's a big like AAA game, usually not. But you can get that much off if you go through somebody like Green Man or Fanatical. All right, we got a lot of articles. Let's go. Let's get in here. PS Plus essential games for PS5 and PS4 of July 2024 include Looting, Skating, and Deception. So Among Us, Borderlands 3, and NHL. Yep. Announcement revealed that starting from July 2nd, all PlayStation Plus members will be able to add the sci-fi looter shooter Carnage of Borderlands 3, on ice action of NHL 24, and the spaceship set party game Among Us to their game libraries. In addition to those, there's a Genshin Impact in-game reward bundle available July 16th, which is exclusively to PlayStation Plus members. There you go. So, coming July, these are the games hitting PS Plus Essential. All right. Additionally, members will be able to get a new Genshin Impact PlayStation Plus pack be able to find and download this bundle in addition to the PlayStation Plus monthly games lineup on the PlayStation Store when it becomes available on July 16th. And it includes the following: 160 Primo Gems for Fragile Resin, 20 Heroes Wit, 30 Mystic Enhancement Ore, and 150,000 Mora. There you go, the more you know. Steam Game Recording is in beta access now. A new built-in system for creating and sharing your gameplay footage, peoples. Here we go. Will that go left? No, I'll pull it down a little bit more. There we go. Record, replay, clip, and share. Steam Game Recording is a built-in solution to clip and share your favorite moments. Steam has just launched the beta for the built-in game recording feature. Yeah, I figured you might be interested in this, Pinky. This tool grants users the ability to seamlessly record, clip, and share footage directly from any game on Steam. Various third-party tools fill a similar role, such as NVIDIA Shadowplay and Metal TV. However, Steam could make them all irrelevant with a good implementation of its solution. Most convenient way to save and share clips. This is a screenshot from their platform itself. You can see it. Saving and sharing clips, send videos anywhere during or after play, right? So the Steam Game Recording Beta brings a slew of helpful features for capturing and sharing the best moments from your gaming adventures. Promised functionality includes saving footage and timeline info as a clip that can be watched, edited, shared, and or exported later, saving an MP4 of your selected clip, converting entire recordings to MP4s copied to your clipboard and ready to paste anywhere. Send a clip to yourself or a friend on another device, whether it be a phone, Steam Deck, or PC. Send an MP4 via the Steam mobile app or a QR code. Create a temporary link to an MP4 video. As great as all of these are, they are not unique to the Steam Game Recording Beta. Software such as NVIDIA Shadowplay, Metal TV, and Xbox Game Bar have different combinations of some of these features and are mostly free to use. However, Steam Game Recording Beta still has one huge advantage over all of these. It's built right into the world's largest, this is supposed to be PC, gaming distribution platform. According to the official website, the majority of the tool's functionality will be accessible not only out of the game, but also in the game. Users can edit, share, and manage videos via the in-game Steam overlay, which is active by default and regularly used by most players on the platform. To achieve full functionality across as many games as possible, Steam is making the game recording SDK and API openly available for game developers to use. For the average user, this means that the creators of your favorite games will be able to add all sorts of helpful information to make navigating through your clips easier than ever before. Events such as kills, goals, or unlocking an item can have clear labels on the video timeline. State descriptions can show the status of the game at any given moment. This could include information such as the player's level, location, and active quest. This is really cool. Game modes allow the timeline bar to change appearance depending on your activity. This would show whether a player is in the menu, lobby, or actually in a match with just a quick glance. How to activate the Steam Game Recording Beta. It literally tells you right here. You just go settings, interface, beta participation, select either beta option, and then 2, settings, game recording, select background or on-demand recording. All right. So once you opt into the Steam beta, you will need to restart the Steam client in order to proceed further. Then after that, you can activate Steam Game Recording as follows. Go to settings, recording, game recording. Choose from any of the available options. No recording, record in the background, or record on demand. Record in the background. Steam will begin recording video automatically when you start playing, so you don't miss those unexpected moments. The last 120 minutes of video will be kept for you to replay or save as clips. Record on demand. Steam will begin recording only after you press Ctrl F11. All recordings are automatically saved as clips. Cool. There you go. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool little option here for Steam users. And again, this is the this is stuff that I think, obviously, if you're not always playing your games, like obviously Ferret, you know, I'm sure Ferret uses Shadowplay a lot for stuff like Destiny 2, right? And so if you're not running Destiny 2 through Steam, correct, then it's probably going to be more approachable to use a platform that's not dedicated or you know, use a piece of software that's not just relegated to just Steam. If you play games on a lot of different platforms, it's probably going to benefit you to use something more like NVIDIA Shadowplay or Metal or whatever, right? But this is still very good because most people, let's be fair, you know, that's what I was wondering too. Fair, it could, you know, it's something worth sciencing for sure. It might not be as functional right now with the beta, but you know, who knows? Who knows? It could. The fact of the matter is, just as this article discussed, Steam is the largest platform for PC gamers, and having this option for people to utilize as they deem necessary, as just a piece of nice quality of life functionality for gamers, is a win for us as PC gamers. It just is. So good. That's awesome. More good stuff from Steam's platform. Yeah. Avalanche shooter Bloodloop launches play to airdrop via Epic Games Store. Overwatch-esque hero shooter Bloodloop has launched its play to airdrop campaign alongside its Epic Games Store debut on PC. I don't know that I've even heard of this. Have you guys heard of this? Bloodloop, excuse me. Bloodloop, an Overwatch-style shooter, launched its play to airdrop campaign amid its Epic Games Store launch on PC. 5v5 hero shooter now available on the Epic Games Store, putting the Avalanche-based game in front of a user base of 75 million monthly active players. In an attempt to drive awareness and reward early players for testing the game, the project has launched the first season of its Play to Airdrop campaign. Players can now log on to Bloodloop to complete daily and weekly quests, which grant points. These points then place the user in a rank, which at the end of the campaign will correlate with the amount of tokens the player is airdropped. Gamers may be eager to log on to Bloodloop servers, but they will not always be live. Bloodloop servers will be live every day from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. UTC until June 30th. What? Yeah, fair. Yeah, that's nice. Nyan Heroes deployed a similar strategy back in March when it was listed on the Epic Games Store. This move reportedly helped push the game into the top 30 games on the store with over 200,000 downloads. Similarly, the crypto-infused shooter Shrapnel is only playable during certain windows during its early access period. Are you stacking? Starting to be a lot. Yeah. Stacking recordings, dude. Yeah. It adds up quick, man. Let's look at this real quick. Bloodloop, huh? Bloodloop. Oh, yeah, by the way, guys. Freshly Frosted, the free game right now on Epic, is only available for roughly the next 2 hours and 15 minutes. So if you want to get it before it's gone. Sunless Skies comes next, which looks like a very cool game, and it'll be available later on this morning. All right, about a little over 2 hours. Bloodloop, 5 terabytes plus. Yeah. Let's take a look at this real quick. Look, I mean, I'm not expecting much here. How many of these games do we see try to emulate what Overwatch does, right? Most of them don't do it very well, but we'll see. Excuse me, what? That was it? Okay. Great trailer. Let me tell you what. Well, if you're interested, I'll share this with you. Gotta love when they don't even give you gameplay for a trailer, let alone a cinematic that's 30 seconds long. But that's what we were just talking about. This, okay, look, I'm going to warn everybody right now. This is a blockchain NFT game. I have warned people for a very long time to stay away from games like this. This game supports or includes the use of blockchain, NFT technology, or cryptocurrency. All transactions related to activity payments for in-game purchases, refunds, and customer support are handled by the publisher of the product. This is something that obviously, Web3, blockchain, NFT, crypto-based economies and games. This is something that gained a lot of popularity around, 2021, 2022. And a lot of these, companies were really trying to push this premise on us as consumers that this is the next big thing. And really all it was a scamaz, If you fall, you become NFT and blockchain together. Bro, I would be an NFT like that. I'd become an NFT so fast. So, I saw through it the whole time. It was not something, there were so many people that got scamazed out of a lot of money because of these types of games. And so, I think the best thing you can do is be aware of what a lot of, look down here, just like I said, Web3 integration. It's something that the premise around a lot of what this is it's not that I don't see there potentially being a mutually beneficial situation where developers can incorporate these kinds of things to benefit consumers as much as themselves, but it takes a much more meshed kind of gaming universe that we don't have right now. And ultimately what they've done is tried to incorporate this stuff now, and it's just been a way to try and rip people off, basically. And if you're not aware, that's what the majority, almost all of this kind of stuff has been. So just be very careful. I stay away from any game that talks about having to do with any of this kind of stuff, and I cannot recommend you just educate yourselves to the fullest extent on what these types of games involve, and just to protect yourself to the greatest extent, okay? That's what it's about. I'm actually just going to take that out of our news segment. I'm not going to put that in my Discord. I don't want it in there. Mortal Kombat 1 is going to receive Terminator and Conan the Barbarian DLC characters. A data miner suggests, Hey Arnold! I haven't heard that term in a long time. Looks like Conan the Barbarian and T-1000 from the Terminator series may be coming to Mortal Kombat 1. According to data miner Interloco, 6 more characters will be coming to NetherRealm's Fighter, likely as part of the next DLC pack, as well as 2 arenas and 5 new announcers. Leaked Mortal Kombat 1 characters from Interloco's data mining efforts are Cyrax, Sector, Noob Saibot, Ghostface. We'd heard that Ghostface was apparently going to be one. Conan the Barbarian, and T-1000 Terminator. Oh, is it? Nice, Ferret. Cool. The inclusion of Ghostface in this list isn't exactly a surprise. Last year, data miners managed to unearth evidence that alluded to some unannounced DLC content, and Scream's Masked Slasher was included in a list of voice lines that were discovered in the game. Mortal Kombat's cyborg Cyrax was also included there. Yep. Meanwhile, back in September, Mortal Kombat boss Ed Boon shared an image of some of media's most famous slasher flick faces, and Ghostface was present among them. Many surmise this was a clue from the developer that these less than friendly foes would soon be making their way into Mortal Kombat 1 as part of the game's DLC. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll keep track and see. What'll be fun is this is probably pretty good information. It's not official, right? So grain of salt, but it's probably pretty good information. What's always fun is whenever you really get the official information, you start seeing trailers of these fun characters making their way into the game and seeing the different kinds of banter they have and movesets and fatalities and stuff. It's just fun. I don't play Mortal Kombat anymore. I used to back in the day. you know, but it's still fun to see these wild characters make their way into the game. Just like they recently were talking about down here. Some of the more recent characters were like Omni-Man and Peacemaker. You know, those were cool characters to see make their way into Mortal Kombat. Hades 2 gets another monstrous patch as Supergiant turns their attention to the game's first major update. Patch 3 improves boons, adds UI icons, and more. Yeah, I played both back in the day. I played Street Fighter a lot, and I played Mortal Kombat a lot too. There were a number of fighting games that I would play, but those were two of the big ones that I played. But I've actually kept up more with Street Fighter over the years, just information-wise and watching it, you know, as like on a competitive scene than I have Mortal Kombat. But I'll still watch it every once in a while. Hades 2 third early access patch is of the gargantuan variety. It improves Olympic boons, adds lots of new UI icons, reworking keepsakes, and it basically touches every aspect of the game you could possibly think of. One thing it doesn't change is how sexy the gods are. And they are. But because they are so sexy anyways, I don't think that's an issue moving forwards. Right at the top of the patch notes, there's mention of a few top-line changes everyone will appreciate, namely many duo boons and legendary boons being offered more frequently, increases to the minimum number of boons you'll find past Erebus, and a tweak to your gathering tool that grants you +1 elemental essence. At the Altar of Ashes, a host of grasp costs and their positions have been moved, meaning you might need to reset your Arcana loadout once you've booted up the game. As for keepsake changes, I'm into the Silken Sash no longer, meaning that you'll lose your armor if you switch to a different keepsake. And that Olympian keepsakes mean their respective Olympian boons will appear more frequently, allowing for a lovely bit of synergy. Nice. The boons change log is monstrous, but there's quite a few that have been cut or are entirely new additions. Many hexes of Selene have also seen blanket buffs in the mana spin department, meaning they won't hog your blue bar quite so relentlessly. Elsewhere, there are loads of major and minor bug fixes, UI tweaks, and plenty more little bits and pieces. Supergiant say that now this patch is done, they'll focus on the first major update for sometime later this year. Cool, man. Hades 2, phenomenal so far, even in early access. I love it. It feels very good. We knew that they would be doing things like this, balancing, adding. Even the artwork wasn't fully finished for the game and stuff, so they're working their way towards a full release, which I think was to be expected roughly a year after the kind of shadow drop of the early access there. And so we've got probably about, what, 10 to 11 months left to expect a full release from this game, probably. And Aphrodite was smoking, dog, you know what I mean? But there's a lot of hot characters in that game, dude. There's a lot of hot characters in Hades too, for sure. It for me is a phenomenal game, just like the first one was, and they're doing a great job with it, and I expect it to only get better as they continue to move towards full release, man. Here you go. We got a new licensed Steam controller by Hori, man. Interesting. So, a few hours ago, Hori announced that they will be releasing a licensed controller for Steam. The controller will be released in late October. Considering yen to dollar conversion, it should be priced close to $50. Here's an article for it. Okay, The Verge is covering it. We'll do that. Official controller, Valve isn't making it. Hori has been tapped to make a new official gamepad for Steam, launching October 31st in Japan. You remember the controllers that they made themselves back in the day? I never bought one, but people seem to enjoy them. Yeah, you didn't like it very much. So I felt like I talked to some people that liked it, and then I talked to some people that were more along the lines of where you're at with it, Ferret. Yeah. I wonder how this will play for people that, I mean, the price is right. You know, the price is right. But, I mean, Steam's always been so good at allowing people to use peripherals of, you know, just so many different manufacturers and stuff, right? And so a lot of people have just gotten in the mode of using the peripheral that they prefer, you know, whether it be an Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller or some third-party manufacturer controller or what have you, and it just everything almost works seamlessly with Steam anymore, you know. Oh. Nice, dude, nice. So, I don't know, we'll see. It looks nice, it looks cool. Nearly 5 years after Valve discontinued experimental Steam controller, a new officially licensed gamepad for Steam is on the way. Made by Hori, who has done a lot of work with like Steam controllers and stuff. Or not Steam, but Nintendo controllers and everything, if you didn't know that. It's only coming to Japan, at least for now. Dubbed the wireless HoriPad for Steam, PC-centric controller matches the Steam Deck's menu buttons, has similar touch sensors atop its sticks to activate gyro controls. Also supports Bluetooth wireless and USB-C wired connections, as well as a whole bunch of custom programmability using Hori software. It's kind of wild. Touch sensors atop its sticks to activate gyro controls. While it shares a lot with the Steam Deck, it's not a Steam controller too. It lacks rumble, a matching set of 4 back buttons, and the handheld's signature trackpads. No rumble. Interesting. The new controller is set to launch in Japan on October 31st in 4 colors: black, white, neon yellow, and violet, selling for almost 7,900 yen, about $50 US. I actually like the look of them. Pretty nice design. There's no word yet if this new Steam controller is coming to the US or elsewhere, but the wireless HoriPad bears a striking resemblance to the wired HoriPad Pro, currently available for Xbox consoles. Tested the HoriPad Pro for our Xbox controller buying guide, found it to be serviceable with fine ergonomics and a great directional pad, though it was somewhat outclassed by other options that run cheaper. However, the wireless HoriPad seems to have a whole lot more going on. For starters, it's actually wireless, albeit limited to Bluetooth, which is usually less reliable than a USB wireless dongle. What'd you call me? A dongle? The Steam version also has 4 programmable buttons, although unlike the Steam Deck, there are only 2 on the rear. The other 2 are on the front, directly below the D-pad and on the right thumbstick. Yeah, that's what I agree, Ferret. I agree. You would assume this is just an initial launch for Japan to see how it goes, but they'll probably go out around, you know, through the rest of the world. Cool. Well, we'll keep our eyes and ears peeled for more, you know, around, again, October 31st is going to be the release of the controller itself in Japan, and we'll get more information about, I'm sure we'll see when it's releasing, and they'll probably talk about what the plan is for, you know, pushing it out in other regions of the world. Forza Horizon 4 is getting delisted this year, but you've got time to complete its longest race in a crap car over 21,000 times before it goes. Fire up your goofy little pill trident. Time to put the pedal to the metal. I'll make this quick. Forza Horizon 4 is getting delisted from online storefronts on both Xbox and PC in December of this year. Playground Games has announced, citing licensing and agreements with partners as the reason it's been being taken down. Full delisting happens on December 15th, with Playground Games explaining in a blog post, quote, "This means the game and its additional content will no longer be available for purchase from that date. Players who already own the game and its content will be able to download and play it as normal, including its offline, online, and multiplayer features. Physical copies of the game purchased after this date will also work and will be able to use online features." If you played it via Xbox Game Pass and then bought the DLC, you'll be eligible to receive a game token for it as long as your subscription was active as of June 25th. In the run-up to that fateful day in December, things are also gradually being wound down, with the game's DLC already only being purchasable via buying the deluxe or ultimate editions, and the current series being the last one. Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about. Whenever I was reading that article, Ferret, was, you know, most people, Steam is very, very compatible with a lot of different controllers. And people already have controllers, you know what I mean, to use for anything that they, if you want to use a controller, if you use controllers to play games, you already have a plethora. So I think that's probably one of the reasons they're not just going worldwide to begin with. They're going to test the waters a little bit with an official controller again, see what the Japanese market does with it a little bit, right? Because I'm guessing Hori is a Japanese-based manufacturer in the first place, so they're not going to have to worry a whole lot about a lot of import-export costs or, you know, things like that. They'll just test the waters a little bit in Japan and see how it does. And if it does decent, then they'll probably consider, you know, releasing it in other regions of the world. That's probably my assumption, because that's what I was getting at as well. Yeah, I think that for there's got to be concern of how well this will do, based on the fact that they allow so many other controllers to be used. You know, I've talked about them. That's what I was saying just a second ago as well. Hori makes a lot of different controllers for like the Switch and stuff like that. Yep. Yep. Pretty prominent peripheral developer hardware. Yeah. Like they've got the I almost bought one at one point. Hori Switch. What's in the shaker? Cake. What up, True? So yeah, you see things like this. These are all Hori controllers, dude, for the Switch, right? And they've got these cool ones like this that can take the place of Joy-Cons, and they'll slide on each side. Or, you know, they've even got an adapter that'll run in the middle, and you can just slide one to the adapter and it'll plug into the Switch, so you can play with it like a game, like a regular controller, you know? Feel old today? Why? So they've got a lot of cool stuff for the Switch. I know. I don't know a lot of their other stuff, but I know for the Switch they've got a lot of really good options controller-wise and stuff. See this right here? This is their the Split Pad Pro. This is what I was talking about. So the Split Pad Pro for the Hori, these slide off, right, and actually attach to the Switch. So you've got a more normal sized controller to take the place of the Joy-Con for the Switch. And if you don't want to, you know, use it in handheld mode, then you use the adapter in the middle and it'll plug into the Switch, and, you know, so pretty cool. Yeah, I got close to buying it at one point. And they've got good reviews too. You can even buy the just the sides to go on the Switch without the adapter and stuff too. They've got options for all kinds of stuff if you don't need the adapter or whatever. True, I could not imagine. I could not imagine. Is the dude? My wife and I have this conversation from time to time. You know, I think it's always going to be a bit respective, but dude, I'll tell you. You know, I mean, we started our family fairly young. You know, and so we're not old by any means. You know, my wife and I, we're not necessarily like, you know, old, but, you know, it's not spring chickens anymore or anything either. And at the age we're at, I couldn't imagine having young kids like that. Couldn't imagine it. We talk about it. There's no way. There's no way I could keep up. Like, you know, you come across those you know, there are people that like they even, could you imagine this? This has been one of the most terrifying thoughts for me too. You know, because we started our family, we kind of had a plan, right? It was like, we know how many kids we want. We had that many kids. We didn't want to have any more. We love our kids, but it was like, that was it. That's all we wanted. And one of the most terrifying things for me was like, what happened? You know, like, what if, you know, down the line at like this point, boom, another one. It's like, no way, you know? Because it happens to people, right? It happens to people. And yeah, same here. Yeah, I mean, we were glad that we had ours young and we had the energy to keep up with them and stuff. And you know, at the point they're at now, I mean, we still do stuff with them, but it's not nearly as intense. And it's not, you know, they're fairly independent now. You know, they're able to do a lot of stuff on their own. It's not like, you know, you're having to follow them around 24/7 and do everything for them. And that is exhausting, dude. Make sure they're not getting into stuff they're not supposed to be getting into, and it is, dude. It's extremely exhausting, and so, you know, I would feel the same way right now. I guarantee you, if you know, a girl's pretty different from two boys. Yeah. I can only imagine like having to go back and try and take care of like, you know, very young kids for a few days. I'd be so spent. I'd be so done. I don't have it in me anymore, dude. There's no way. Squeals and screams. Oh my god, dude, no. Yeah. So I would probably feel the same way you feel right now. But the thing to take away here, guys, is that basically December 15th, Forza Horizon 4 will no longer be available. So you either need to get it now or try and get yourself a physical copy after that date hits, because as long as you own it, you'll still be able to play it and everything, but it's going to be delisted at that point, okay? Here we go, more information. Let's save this for the end. How about it? The original Resident Evil comes to PC in all its unremastered glory. Capcom's 1996 PC original gets a digital release, DRM free. Shout out to Soup for this. We kind of knew this was coming, but this is official now, apparently. So, Soup, thank you, my friend. Oh, baby, look at that. This was terrifying stuff. Resident Evil 1 was terrifying stuff, dude, back in the PS1 days. Jesus Christ. The original Windows PC version of Capcom's Resident Evil is now available through digital storefronts on GOG, letting PC players experience the groundbreaking survival horror classic as it was back in '96. PC versions of Resident Evil 2 and 3 Nemesis are also getting a re-release through GOG, the company announced Wednesday. The re-release of Resident Evil for PC includes all of its original content with quality of life improvements and enhanced capability for modern systems. As with other PC releases through GOG, Resident Evil's PC version is DRM free, the best thing about GOG. Additionally, Resident Evil 2 and 3 Nemesis are available to wishlist through GOG and available for pre-purchase in a trilogy bundle. Yeah, the original Resident Evil was released first for PlayStation in '96. Capcom later ported the game to Windows, a release that included uncensored footage not available in the original PlayStation version. PC version of Resident Evil also had 2 additional unlockable weapons, the Ingram submachine gun for Jill Valentine, and Minimi light machine gun for Chris Redfield. Jill and Chris also got PC exclusive unlockable costumes. This was peak horror, dude. Peak horror back in the day. Jesus Christ. I mean, yeah, you've got to understand like what part of it was probably Japan, right? So they didn't want to censor, you know what I mean? They didn't want to put out probably different versions of censored and uncensored and stuff like that. So there's always been differences in different parts of the world and stuff. So what they probably did was try to make things just as available as possible for the, you know, as much of the world as possible, you know. And things have obviously changed over time. Nice ferret. With the way ratings work and what needs to be censored and doesn't need to be censored, but it's still different in different parts of the world and everything too, right? So, and you also have to keep in mind that what this was at this point in time in entertainment, in an immersive game setting, and what was also being thrust upon the video games at the time of you know, you're talking about, you know, everything that, I mean, even before this with Mortal Kombat and the violence in it, and what was being, you know, talked about, and the, you know, governments around the world were scapegoating video games as the catalyst for violence in the world and stuff like that, you know. So video game companies were at this time, I think, very, very concerned with what could and could not be in a game, especially when it came to violence and everything, right? You've got to understand, I think, what was going on at this time with that kind of stuff also. So there were a lot of different things to take into consideration about why something like censoring might have happened in a game like this. At this time, this was the peak immersion. Nothing was more real than this was in video games. This was terrifying stuff, right? Nothing was more immersive and more real than this was. And so when you take into consideration a lot of the things that were being addressed in the world with everybody pointing fingers at video games for the cause of violence and stuff like that, you know, I think it makes a lot more sense about why there might have been some censoring going on. And I don't know what was censored. You know, we would need to look into it, but it probably has to do with some stuff like that, right? I would imagine anyways. That's right, Cash. What's up, buddy? Well, time for another NHL season, yeah, dude. What a wild flipping series, dog. Oh yeah, Ferret, for sure. Yeah, as a matter of fact, dude, I just watched. What were we watching? If you guys watch Young Sheldon, you guys watch Young Sheldon. That show's pretty good. We've been watching some Young Sheldon, and we had never really watched it before. We started watching from like the first season. Man, we've been diving into it, and it's they just had an episode where they, you know, the kids were like playing D&D, you know. Yeah. So and my kids have been watching it with us. You know, it's just it's a show that for the most part's, you know, okay for where my kids are at age wise and stuff. And so the kids are like there's this one episode that starts off with the kids playing Dungeons and Dragons, and of course it's set in, you know, in older time, you know, like I think, you know, late 80s, early 90s, something like that. And you know, Sheldon's mom starts freaking out because she's very religious and stuff, you know. And I had to explain to my daughter, I had to explain like what was going on. I was like, she's freaking out because, you know, there was this whole premise around whenever D&D came out that it was devil worship or whatever, you know, and all it was just, you know, people being engaged in some kind of fantasy world of make-believe and running campaigns and role-playing and having a good time. But a lot of people, older people, didn't realize it, and they tried to, you know, finger pointed into being something that was anti-religion and devil worshiping and stuff like that, you know. And just like in Strangers, exactly, Cash. Yeah. So I had to explain to my daughter that that's like basically what Dungeons and Dragons went through, you know, back whenever most of us were young. You know, it was really wild. Yeah. Glad Akposo got a cup before he retired. Yeah. People are not capable of differentiating between what's right and wrong. Yeah. That's a rabbit hole subject right there too. It really is. Yeah, I knew. I know. That's definitely one of those subjects though that can go rabbit hole real quick, you know. I figured it was sarcasm, yeah. But it is one of those subjects. What else were we talking about here? Yeah, the Young Sheldon stuff's pretty good. And I never got really, I only watched a little bit of like the actual show that derives from. What is it? The oh, I can't think of the name of it right now. I'm tripping, dude. But what soup? RTX 38 having issues with Asus Strix fans. Should I try to claim a warranty, or do I buy a 4080 in case it happens again? I would say just, you know, you're probably gonna have a pretty decent time right now with Asus warranty claims since they've been ousted, you know. But you know, that's up to you, brother. That's up to you. I don't know. But yeah, this whole video gaming news. Wait, what? The big video gaming news topic, or are you just wanting to stay in the lane of video gaming news? Are you talking about the doc stuff, or are you talking about something else? Because that's kind of it. Oh, I've already. So here's where I've already addressed it a little bit. I've got an article. So you can check this out, Cash, and we're gonna discuss a little bit more of it. So, I discussed it on Tuesday, and I have an article on the YouTube page where I've already talked about what was happening as of Tuesday. I don't. That's video gaming news to me. Yeah. So it's in regards to the video gaming industry. It's not just about like a streamer. That has to do with Midnight Society as a developer. And so we discussed it. I gave my interpretation of it and what went down, and it was still very vague, you know what I mean? And I was like, we'll find out if we get more details. And I've got an article up. We're going to cover more of it in just a moment. So just give me a second and we'll get there. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where personally I've been really disgusted by Midnight Society the entire time because of a lot of, and you'll see if you watch that article, for me, I don't have any reason to not touch on it. If there are people that feel like they want to stay away from it because they don't, you know, they're scared to talk about it or whatever, I'm not scared to talk about it. I don't care. It's not gonna, you know, whatever. I'm gonna talk about it. And in large part, it's because I've been disgusted by the Midnight Society stuff in the first place with, well, we've only got 10,000 NFTs, and if you want to be a part of our testing process while we're developing this game, you know, they were feeding off of the doc's, you know, notoriety and you know, infamy and stuff and persona to try and get people to buy NFTs to be a part of their testing process. And so that's one of the reasons I want to talk about that situation in and of itself. I find it terribly disgusting. And, you know, so it gives me a chance to continue to educate people on what that developer is in the first place, what that game is, what they've done to people already. And, yeah, I mean, I'll give them kudos. I think that you'll see what I talk about in that article if you watch it, you know, that video. But a big part of it was like, look, there's got to be something to this. There's no way that Twitch does this and then his own development company does this to him as well for no reason. There had to be something behind it. You know, it's not just a coincidence, right? I mean, they found something out. They found something out that Twitch already knew, right? It was, there had to be something to it. It was just it was a matter of, are we going to find out what it was? And apparently, the doc's talking about it. So we'll touch on it in a moment. This is kind of wild though, man. I remember, you know, like I've said, the horror genre of games is something that I stayed away from for a long time, and not necessarily on purpose. I think it was more of a subconscious kind of thing. As I remember watching Resident Evil 1 be played by, you know, older family members and friends and stuff whenever I was really young, and it scared the crap out of me. It scared the crap out of me. And so I just ended up staying away from horror games, not intentionally. And then whenever I started streaming, we started doing Scaretober. I was like, first year of streaming, I was like, dude, October's coming. Let's play horror games, because I don't normally. Yeah. And so now every year we do Scaretober. I play horror games every month. And I love them, dude. I love them. You know? But it was like kind of a subconscious thing. Dude, Resident Evil 1 scared the crap out of me whenever I first saw it. It's absolutely terrifying. But Capcom's 2002 remake of Resident Evil has now been made available on Windows PC for it's been available for Windows for nearly a decade now. The classic PC version of RE has been stuck on CD-ROM format for much longer, though unofficial downloads of the game are readily available. The GOG release will be a legitimate and official way to acquire the PC version of Resident Evil, and eventually its 1998 and 1999 sequels. RE2's PC version was based on the PlayStation DualShock version, re-release of the game, and included high resolution character models and an art gallery. RE3 Nemesis for PC also featured enhanced 3D character models and higher resolution graphics, but was dinged by players for its keyboard and mouse support. Capcom has remade the first 4 mainline games in the RE franchise over the past 2 decades, but the GOG re-releases will give survival horror fans a chance to replay the originals in their original tank-controlled forms, albeit with some modern conveniences. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, this is an iconic game. I mean, it's just so... People think, there was this total revolution of gaming from where we, and it happened quite often. You want to talk about from like the NES to the Super NES, and you like mind-blowing, and then from like Super NES to what we got with like Nintendo 64 and like PlayStation 1, it was just god dang, dude. I mean, do you remember if you were alive back then and you were a gamer back then, from that the Super Nintendo, the 2D to the availability of what they were able to do with 3D stuff. Oh my god, all I wanted to do was go just go to like a flippin', like a Toys R Us or something. You know what I mean? Like play or a toy store or something, man, a video game store, and just experience. 'Cause I didn't have enough money, dude. I didn't have enough money to have like a 64 at the time or whatever. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, god dang, dude, it was insane. It was insane. And then with like the PS1, and you got something like Resident Evil, dude. Jesus Christ, this was terrifying. This was full nightmare immersion, dude. It was like crap your pants. This was where people would be like, all right, I'm going to shut all the lights off. I'm going to get on my CRT TV, and I'm going to put on some RE1, and I'm going to scare the crap out of myself, And this was where it was, dude. That's why RE1 is just so flippin' iconic, man, because it was just absolutely terrifying. And this was the echelon, the apex, man, of where gaming, it was that evolution that was just blowing people's minds, man. The technology was evolving so fast, and we were getting these, crazy, experiences, from one evolution to the next, and this was it. It was really wild. So it's cool to see this being brought back, and again, I think GOG is the place for it to be. GOG is an amazing platform. It really is. If you've got these kinds of titles, single player titles that don't require internet access for any kind of multiplayer functionality or online functionality in any capacity, GOG is a great platform for it because it's DRM free. And if you don't understand exactly what that means, just understand that DRM free means that unlike a lot of other platforms, with GOG, you can download the game as long as you have internet connection available for an amount of time to be able to, if you have the game in your library, download it and install it. Then you can just not need internet to play the game. So you've got a laptop per se, and you're traveling or whatever, and you've already got the game downloaded and installed. You don't need to connect to GOG's platform, their services, their servers, anything like that. As long as it's just a single player game, and you can play it no matter where you are, even if you don't have internet. It's fine. It's not gonna, be like, oh, well, we can't connect to GOG's servers to confirm your account or anything. It's easy, you know. It's one of the best things about GOG. It's very good. Rented it from Blockbuster, brother. No way. Hollywood Video. No, wait. Capcom just surprised announced a new Dead Rising remaster as well. Boo! I'm just kidding, dude. I was definitely a Blockbuster guy. Yeah. But not until I got older, actually, because I was from a very small place. You know what ours was called? We had a little video store back home called All-Star Video, dude. I was from a very rural place, and there was one little bitty video store back home called All-Star Video. If we wanted to go to a Blockbuster, we had to drive to the town over, okay? So we had All-Star Video, but All-Star Video was the jam. And I remember going in there. I was just talking to my mom about this. I wish I had a candle or like something that had the smell. Because All-Star Video, you know, back in those days, whenever I was that young, you're talking about like VHS tapes and Nintendo cartridges and stuff. There was something nostalgic about the smell. You know, there was a smell about video stores, and it had to do with those tapes and the cartridges and just being in a mass quantity. There was something about the smell of them, man. And oh yeah, yeah, dude, yeah. So there was something about every time you would go in there, it had a smell to it, dude, about those cartridges, and other video stores did too. They just did. I don't know what it was, but I wish I could capture that nostalgic kind of video game or movie store rental store smell, dude. There was something about it. I don't know. Oh man. Oh, I bet, dude. Yeah. Be kind and rewind, right? Oh, bro, I remember back in the day, if you like rented a movie, like a VHS, and you didn't rewind it and turned it in, you know, dude, you'd get a fine on your account, man. It was crazy. They did, you know, like, if you don't rewind this, you know, this VHS tape, we're gonna charge you. Nuts. This is nuts, dude. Capcom just surprise announced a new Dead Rising remaster as well. Frank West is back at it again. Yo, Soup, thank you for this one as well, buddy. Let's watch this real quick, guys. Find on your card, yeah.
Say, buddy, you mentioned something about research for a story. Frank West.
Remember that name, because the whole world's gonna know it in 3 days.
These games always look wild. I never played one of these, but they always look crazy. All right. Cool. So, Capcom's giving the original Dead Rising a new remaster. The publisher announced Wednesday in a surprise teaser trailer for Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. DRDR, the remastered version of Dead Rising, will be available for the newest generation of platforms, according to the trailer, likely meaning PS5, Windows PC, and Xbox Series X. Details on Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster are scant, but the remastered game will launch sometime this year, Capcom says in the trailer. Teaser promises an updated release with a brand new look. Indeed, freelance photojournalist Frank West looks completely remodeled and sounds like he's sporting a new voice actor. The town of Willamette, Colorado looks much crisper, more detailed, and more overridden with zombies. As Frank West, players spend 3 in-game days in the zombie-infested Willamette Parkview Mall using anything and everything one can find in a shopping mall as a weapon to survive. As Frank investigates the outbreak and snaps photos, he comes to the aid of other survivors, helping them escape while fending off hordes of undead and evil humans known as psychopaths. Yep. Created by longtime Mega Man creatives Keiji Inafune and Yoshinori Kawano, Dead Rising was lauded for its unique real-time gameplay structure and campy combat scenarios. Frank could dispatch the zombie masses with a gun or chainsaw, or battle while riding on a skateboard, or wearing a full Mega Man battle suit. Or he could beat zombies into submission with a flaming hot frying pan from the food court while sporting a Servbot head as a helmet. Yeah, these games were always wild, man. Originally released for Xbox 360 in 2006, an HD re-release followed in 2016 for PS4, Windows PC, and Xbox One. Capcom released 3 mainline sequels to Dead Rising, but we haven't seen a new entry in the franchise since 2016's Dead Rising 4, which also starred Frank West. The studio behind the Dead Rising franchise, Capcom Vancouver, shut down in 2018. Cool, man. There'll be some people that are stoked about this. It's pretty cool. All right. And last, but absolutely not least, okay. So again, to coincide with what we found out recently, and I've got a dedicated video from one of our news segments recently that got made public yesterday about this. I'll link it for you. All right. So there are all of our news segments from last week are available, as well as the article I just linked that is in regards to this specific situation regarding Dr. Disrespect getting dropped, if you will, dead dropped, if you will, actually, from his development company. We discussed this on Tuesday. There are a couple of other articles that I made into dedicated VODs that are published on the YouTube page. I got them done yesterday as well, so you can find those there also if you want. About Sweet Baby Inc. being involved in Wolverine's Insomniac's Wolverine game. What's the other one? The other one is From Software still hasn't fixed all the issues with Elden Ring, even with the DLC release and stuff. But this was a pretty interesting article for us to cover last week, which was it was actually earlier this week. But so if you didn't hear about this, Dr. Disrespect, a very prominent figure in the content creation and broadcasting community, started on Twitch, and I'll try to TLDR this for you as easily as possible. But if you watch that video, you'll find out as well. About 2 years ago, got banned off Twitch. Twitch is not quick to ban high-profile figures from their platform, okay? They are actually quite lenient. They actually are, in my opinion, a lot of what I've seen, they're pretty good at having double standards for different broadcasters depending on your prominence. So they usually hold different standards. If you're a very prominent figure, you can get away with a little bit more than you can if you don't bring in as many viewers and as much revenue, right? Depending on what kinds of terms you've kind of violated for their platform. But 2 years ago, Dr. Disrespect, had something go down where he got permanently banned from the platform. Now, Twitch was not publicly stating why, and it ended up going into some litigation because at that time, especially, and it's not that it doesn't still happen now, but at that time especially, there were a lot of high-profile content creators on this platform, on Twitch, that were under very large lucrative contracts to be solely on Twitch as a broadcaster and content creator, and he was one of them. So really, both sides were very tight-lipped about what had happened, and the doc took Twitch to litigation. He sued them for banning him, and nobody was talking about why this happened. I think they settled. He still was banned off the platform. He came out with a little bit of money from what his contract was supposed to be, something like that. It was a weird situation. We've been trying, everybody has been wanting to know what exactly went down ever since. Obviously, Dr. Disrespect has had his name associated with a development company. He went and has been streaming on YouTube ever since. As far as I know, anyways. It's not somebody that I keep up with, 100% of the time. in large part, but from what I know, he's been streaming on YouTube ever since he got banned from Twitch. He's been associated with a development company that he helped to establish and create called Midnight Society that has been developing a vertical extraction shooter game called Dead Drop. And what we found out on Tuesday was that Midnight Society, this studio that he helped develop or establish and set up, basically let him know that he's done there. He's not going to have anything to do because they found out some information that they were not comfortable with him being associated with the company anymore. So, my conclusion with that whole scenario was that there couldn't be any there had to be something to it. It was stemming from things they found out about why he was banned on Twitch. And a former employee of Twitch had come out with some tweets basically stating that there was some inappropriate text with a minor or some kind of inappropriate communication with a minor or something like that, but it wasn't confirmed. And basically my notion on Tuesday, and you can see it in that article I linked, was there has to be something to this. It can't be just for no reason. After what happened with Twitch and Twitch sticking to their guns and saying, you're banned, you're not coming back here, and then his own development company continuing to look into these things that potentially happened with him and then doing the same thing and saying, we don't want you associated with us anymore. It couldn't just be a coincidence, okay? In my opinion, there had to be something to it, all right? And the problem was we didn't have definitive information about exactly what went down, okay? Now, we get back today after my day off yesterday, and we have an article here that is basically titled, Dr. Disrespect confesses to sending a minor messages that leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate. Now, obviously, nothing went far enough for him to be charged in any kind of, unlawful wrongdoing, right? Otherwise, he would have had to go be charged with something, go to court for it and stuff like that, and nothing like that ever happened, right? Yeah, I probably won't watch that because it's Ninja's content, but I appreciate it. For anybody that does want to take a look at that, yeah. So we'll read this, but yeah, I won't watch Ninja's content on here. I appreciate it. Also not a huge fan of Ninja either, so... but I do appreciate it, and for anybody that wants to look at that, then cool. But there was obviously something to this in some capacity. Was kind of my inkling. There's no way it was a coincidence that he had just been dropped from Twitch and dropped from his own company, for no reason. But let's read about this. Celebrity streamer and Midnight Society co-founder Guy Beam, or Dr. Disrespect, has finally responded in full to allegations that he was banned from Twitch for sending sext messages to a minor. In a much edited statement on Twitter yesterday, Beam confessed that yes, he messaged an individual minor via the Twitch Whispers chat service in 2017, characterizing the messages as casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate but nothing more. As we wrote in yesterday's report, Twitch canceled a multiple-year exclusivity contract with Beam, then one of the platform's biggest stars, in 2020. At the time, Twitch would only say that Beam had acted in violation of our community guidelines. Beam sued Twitch over that ban in 2021, but the suit was eventually settled with neither party admitting wrongdoing. Last week, however, former Twitch Strategic Partnerships account director Cody Connors accused Beam of sexting a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product, adding that Beam was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon, the company's semi-annual gaming convention. The Verge's Ash Parrish subsequently obtained comment from two unnamed former Twitch employees who corroborated Connor's account. I'll talk about that in just a second. Also, Cash, I'll talk about so, and I'll also address. There are going to be certain people's takes about this that might be a bit biased, okay? Beam pushed back, rejecting the claim that he had been grooming a minor while saying that the terms of his settlement with Twitch forbade him from going into detail. I didn't do anything wrong. All this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal. No wrongdoing was found, and I was paid, he wrote on Twitter. Beam's colleagues at Midnight Society weren't convinced by his defense, announcing on Monday, 24 June, that they would cut ties with Beam in order to maintain our principles and standards as a studio and individuals following an internal inquiry. That makes sense. Which brings us to last night when Beam finally addressed the allegations directly in a lengthy Twitter statement. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years, Beam writes in the post. Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? According to Doc, no. Now, do you believe that? These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened, no pictures were shared, no crimes were committed. I've never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me. Like I said before, obviously, if there was any way that anything had happened that would have put him in a standing of doing legally any kind of wrongdoing, he would have been charged with something, right? Which is why he wasn't. But that doesn't mean what he did was morally okay, right? And, you know, something that most people are going to be okay with. Now, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. It continues. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father. Should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect. And I'll effing own my stuff. Okay? Sitting on my hands. Yeah. Look, man. I'll be the first to tell everybody that, you know, humans are humans and humans make mistakes, and you know, a lot of what I think a lot of people need to be quick to do is not judge others for wrongdoings, but be, you know, forgiving and understanding that we as humans do make mistakes, and I try to because look, man, I mean, I'm a flawed individual too. I am. But there's definitely a thing about this kind of situation that is, you know, riding that line of hard not to judge somebody. You know what I mean? And, you know, he wants to say, well, nothing really happened and I never would have followed through. It's hard to believe somebody whenever you're going to get to the point of engaging in conversations about what could have gone down, what could have happened and stuff, you know. Exactly, Cash, exactly. That's what I'm getting at. You know, it's definitely hard to see the other side of it when you're talking about somebody being willing to, and he can say all he wants that he never would have done anything, but if he really had no intentions at all, these conversations would have never happened, you know. So I don't know. It's going to be very, very hard for myself and very, very hard for other people to accept what he says about, you know, I never would have done anything. Sorry, I don't necessarily believe that, you know. Last line would be more convincing if the post hadn't been repeatedly edited since publication to first remove, then restore the word minor, as you can see by clicking the last edited text at the bottom. In general, the post strikes me as a very rambling, loud, but elusive way of saying, yes, I did the thing they accused me of. Yep. Elsewhere in the post, Beam apologizes to Midnight Society, presenting his departure from the studio as a collective decision rather than one imposed on him. Yeah, I doubt that. He also describes remarks and labels being thrown around that he is a predator or pedophile as exaggerations, commenting that that's a different level of disgust that I hate even hearing about. Finally, he insists that he's not going to let being caught sending a minor dodgy messages interfere with his career. If you're uncomfortable with this entire statement and think I'm a piece of crap, fine. The post concludes, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm not the same guy that made this mistake all those years ago. I'm taking all those years ago. It's not like it was a decade, dude. I'm taking an extended vacation with my family, as mentioned on stream, coming back with a heavy weight off my shoulders. They want me to disappear. Yeah, right. Yes, that infamous they, that cabal of naysayers, hell-bent on bringing down a good man for the merest offense of maybe just possibly being a little bit of a creep. Going by the comments of the Twitter post, I'm not sure Beam's fans are clamoring for his return from Holiday. There'll still be people that support him, okay? Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Cash. Yeah, so that I'm, you know, again, look, man, I mean, I'm not gonna believe this. I think everybody knew from the time he got banned off Twitch, something happened. Something was weird and something went, because it's not like Twitch to just oust, you know what I mean? Get rid of somebody as high profile as the doc, okay? Something bad happened. The weird thing was, if it was that bad, how did nothing go down legally? How were there no legal ramifications either? It was a weird situation, right? We've been waiting a long time to find out here. And, you know, as far as the whole, like, look, here's the thing about the doc, okay? The doc has high profile streamer friends too, okay? And I'm gonna have a hard time listening to anything, you know, because, like, I know there are a lot of people that have been friends with Dr. Disrespect, have streamed with him for a long time, have been, and they might feel different about him now, but there's been a lot of those kinds of individuals that have even come to have his back amidst all this stuff. And you know what I mean? That doesn't necessarily look good as far as I'm concerned either. When, you know, because we know, I mean, he's had other issues before this. He's definitely one of those kinds of personalities that creates a lot of conflict, and that's probably why a lot of people gravitate towards him. But I mean, you know, when it comes to businesses being businesses, and I'm sure Ninja talked to in that article that Cash linked, had talked about this to an extent, you know, whether or not there was any legal wrongdoing, what you're talking about here is being in a business partnership with somebody as high profile as this that is too much of a risk. With conducting themselves in this manner, you know, and, you know, that's too much of a risk. That's why Twitch got away from him, and that's why Midnight Society has gotten rid of him. Because as much as he's going to try to cover his own ass and try to say nothing would have ever happened, yeah, I made a mistake in having a conversation with somebody that leaned a little bit too much into, you know, maybe inappropriate conversations with somebody that wasn't of age, but nothing would have ever happened. Come on, man. People aren't blind and people aren't stupid. Most people anyways, you know, and especially from a business's standpoint, you know, you can't be associated with people like this. You just can't. So, look, my perception of what Midnight Society is not going to change at all. I think it's disgusting what they did in the first place of using somebody's image like the docs to try and sell beta access through NFTs to testing periods of their game. Gag, dude. That's disgustingly horrific. You know what I mean? Gross. But I don't know. I mean, am I wholly surprised that we're in another situation where he's being let go from a high-profile position with another high-profile company, you know? yeah. Yeah, Cash, you know? So, I mean, this is just... I wasn't sure where we were going to get to with this. I'm glad we got this. I'm glad we got this because it gives us definitive information about what went down, and everybody's been wanting to know. And this is definitely one of those things he didn't want to get out. He didn't want this to get out for sure. And I'm sure that there were a lot of people put on non-disclosure agreements and stuff like that. I have no doubt in my mind. A lot of people were put on non-disclosure agreements to not be able to divulge what was happening and what went down and what but obviously it was only a matter of time. And I'm glad people found out, because it sucks, and people need to know what kind of person this is, and again, legally, obviously nothing happened, but it's not an acceptable thing. But dude, he's not the only one. We've found out a lot of terrible stuff about a lot of people that are have found themselves in places of prominence and power and infamy and stuff, especially in the world of broadcasting and streaming, taking advantage of people, and it's unfortunate. It's disgusting, and reserve my thoughts till his post that will be the softest explanation of what happened. Says, yeah, I did it. Yeah. I mean, I think this is him trying to again, I'll go back to what I said. I think for the past 2 years, he did everything he could to make sure that anything regarding the situation was closeted, wasn't able to come out information-wise, because he didn't want to have to try and save his reputation. And he didn't want to have to try and deny all this stuff, and be like, oh, I didn't really do anything wrong. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it wasn't a situation like that. I mean, he knew, obviously, right? Exactly. Yeah, massively telling. Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, no doubt about it. So I don't know. Yeah, do I look surprised? Really? You know what I mean? Disgusted. Yeah, it's unfortunate that. Yeah, I think this is the thing that's really sad about what. There's so many people, like I said before, so many people that get in these positions of power and money and fame, and they are so quick to use it to their advantage to for unethical, unmoral purposes and stuff like that, and it's just unfortunate that we don't have more people that are take advantage of these platforms and the positions they're put in for good rather than bad. That's what sucks ultimately. Yeah, but I mean, coming from this persona, am I ultimately surprised stuff like this has come? So yeah, that is true. That is absolutely true. Yep, you're absolutely right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's important. It is. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's and I mean, thank God. Obviously, it didn't go any further than it did, because those kinds of ramifications for individuals that have to deal with, being exploited, taken advantage of, even to the point of, messed with, right? I don't want to get too wordy with it and everything, but you know where I'm coming from. The PTSD that comes along with that, and it's lifelong. It's lifelong, right? And so it's unfortunate. There are a lot of people in this world, though, that have really disgusting notions about what's okay, and I think what's one of the good things about So technology has given people for a long time, the anonymity behind it has given people ease of being able to fool children and take advantage of children and minors and stuff like that, unfortunately. And there always needs to be more safeguards put in place and more, you know, oversight about what's going down and where children. That's why I'm always advocating for, you know, platforms that are trying to produce content specifically aimed at children need to be doing the utmost they can to prevent children from being exposed to any kind of you know, adult-centered kinds of content or anything like that. And it's a very hard thing to do, but you know, I'll tell you, I've never let my kids be on Roblox ever because I know how bad of a platform that is. Even though they aim it towards children, Roblox is terrible. You know, it's really disgusting. Just things like that. And but I do think that technology on one front has taken leaps and bounds in being able to catch a lot of people that are willing to engage in you know, predatory acts towards minors and children. We're seeing more and more and more of people helping to find ways to catch predators in this nature, which is fantastic in my opinion. Let me see what you're saying. People jumping on Twitch. Why did they pay if he did something wrong? Yeah, it's one of those legal or loophole kind of things. It sucks. Right. Exactly. Yeah, contractual obligations they legally may not have been able to get out of because he wasn't legally deemed to have done anything wrong necessarily, which is probably one of the big things that his legal team was, you know, I'm sure going at Twitch for, right? Exactly. Yeah. So I don't even know. Did they even divulge how much he ended up getting from the settlement? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But I also, you know, I mean, I commend Twitch for breaking ties with him. They absolutely should have. Well, did they confirm that? There was something written in that article that was saying there was potentially, sounds like they did they plan it for sure? Because I remember reading that. What did it say? Let me pull this up. So here's check it out. So last week, however, former Twitch strategic partnership account director Cody Connors accused Beam of sexting a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product, adding that Beam was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. So this is a verbal accusation. This is not. We don't have proof, right? This is another issue. I believe this. I believe he probably was doing this, right? We're also talking about verbal accusation here from somebody and not having definitive proof yet. So we need to also be careful. Is there a Bloomberg article? Because if they actually have, because I think that's one of those things where you get into sketchy territory about, if details are posted there, that reporter has the legal amount of well, they should. Yeah. I mean, it definitely sounds that way, right? I'm not discounting that. I'm not discrediting that, and I believe that. Yeah. I'm just saying that whenever you, yeah, I know that, Cash. But it wouldn't be the first time that somebody had written an article without the appropriate amount of source material that they needed on a site that normally, you know, plenty of reporters have gotten in trouble for that. I'm just saying. What is the best thing to do is to be able to have the actual snapshots of the conversations. That's what I'm getting at. If somebody has that and we could see that information, that's where your proof lies, right? Well, yeah, I mean, he's trying to get ahead of this, obviously, right? Yeah. So, is the Bloomberg article out there? Do you have a link to it? Yeah. That doesn't surprise me either. Well, no, I don't think that's necessarily the wrong thing to do. True. Yeah. Is it this one? Probably the same one, right? Yeah, thanks, so. Oh, yeah, I won't be able to read the whole thing. God, I hate this. Yeah. Okay. I was afraid of that, yeah. All right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to talk to True about too. Yeah, thanks, buddy. So as I said before, I mean, you know, I don't think most people are surprised at the track record of what Doc's been through, and his persona in general. You know, don't get me wrong. You know, a persona that people utilize is not necessarily always, and I've talked about the Doc in regards to this situation, you know, this area before, but you know, a persona is not necessarily who you really are in real life, right? I mean, it's a lot of it can be an act, but I believe that a lot of what Dr. Disrespect's persona is, a big chunk of it comes from who Guy Beam actually is too. You know, he's always come off that way, right? And so that's why I don't think a lot of people are totally surprised by this. I mean, I'm not. It sucks. It sucks to hear it. You know, for the person involved, not. I mean, I've never been a huge fan of the Doc. His persona is not something that has ever, you know, been something that appealed to me, you know. But I think that's why a lot of people, you know, it's something that, and I think that Dr. Disrespect knows this too. I think the biggest reason why he didn't want this information to come out, and why he's trying to save himself so much with these quotes and everything now too, is because he knows people are going to believe it, because it's literally just flows so well with who his personality is, I think, you know, in large part, and with all the things we've seen from him in the past. So yeah, I mean, Cash is actually absolutely right with his response to you, True. Exactly. Yeah. Well, and I mean, you know, I guess more what I'm talking about there, Cash, also is like when he's trying to say that nothing would have ever happened or whatever, you know, like people aren't going to believe that because people have seen too much of him, right? I would have never followed through with this. People aren't going to believe that, you know? So he's trying to get ahead of those kinds of notions. He's trying to get people to believe his side of that, right? Where most people know him too well at this point, I think. Most people know who he is too much at this point. And so I guess that's more what I was getting at. Not believing him, but not believing him, you know? Oh yeah, I mean he's got a history of infidelity with his wife, and you know what I mean, stuff like that. And again, look, I mean, I don't even really want to get into that side of it because it's, you know, humans are humans and humans make mistakes, and I think that, you know, having the opportunity to change your ways and be a better person is what mistakes are about, right? But I think when you're talking about something like this, there's certain things that are, you know, and I'm not saying infidelity is okay. I'm not saying that, you know, it's okay to make mistakes and say that you're going to make changes and continue to make those mistakes. It's about getting better and trying to be better. It doesn't mean that you won't make the same mistakes. But it is about trying and being better and avoiding those same kinds of mistakes and growing as a human and things like that, right? And we all have weaknesses, you know, personality wise and things that we need to work on and become better with and things of that nature, right? The minor part is a different level. Exactly. That's kind of my issue here. You know, there are certain things that I think you can accept as people being flawed human beings and them need to work on to just become better and grow and stuff. And you can accept the fact that they were flawed on that front. And then there are things that humans do that you can't accept as a mistake. You can't accept as them just being flawed and needing to become better. It's like, that's just not acceptable, right? That's just not acceptable. You don't act that way, right? Maybe, but it's one of those things, again, I think that this specific situation and this instance of what was being done here is not something that anybody's going to really look at and go, well, there's a little slap on the wrist and it's okay, buddy. You know what I mean? Most people would go like, that's pretty disgusting, dude. You know, and you deserve everything that's happened to you. If not, you probably got off a little bit light, you know? Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Timon, what's up, buddy? Exactly, yeah. Radius 2 just released a latest free update. Cool. Yeah, awesome, man. Cool. Good stuff, man. Yeah, that's kind of what we've been discussing the whole time, Tim. Yeah. It's not okay, even in the first place, to be talking to a minor like that, and then taking it to the level of what seems to be him trying to coordinate some kind of meetup as well, at like TwitchCon. Jesus Christ, you know, it's pretty twisted. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I agree. Yeah. Quite disgusting. Yes. Also, again, my post that I made public last night regarding the premise of what was happening with the situation of him being released before he had even come out with any kind of, you know, quote himself about what had happened, before we even actually knew. We just had kind of a little bit of a premise of what was going down because we knew there had been some tweets, right, from ex-Twitch employees, but it was like, you know, there's got to be something to it. Yeah, he did edit the post twice. Yeah, we read that. Yep. Yeah. There had to be something to it. That's what I was saying in that YouTube video. There had to be something to it. There's no way it was a coincidence between what happened with him at Twitch and what happened with him at Midnight Society. And, you know, there was something there. There had to be something there. There had to be something to it that wasn't good. You know, it was going to be a bad look. It was just a matter of us. When are we going to find out? You know, and apparently sooner rather than later. So I don't know. You know, again, I think that the best thing that can happen is, again, I think that in the grand scheme of things here, he probably got off quite lightly, you know, considering what he was being engaged in here. And ultimately, my hope is that he just does learn and doesn't engage in anything like this ever again, but just fades into obscurity, you know? Oh, I'm glad. Good Cash, yeah. Yeah. Multiple layers. Well, we'll keep tracking it. We'll keep trying. I don't mind covering this at all. You know, I think this is an important thing in regards to what. I don't always cover everything that has to do with like a, you know, situation with like a content creator or a streamer or anything like that. But this falls into a different kind of category, I think, and it also has to do with, you know, Twitch as a platform itself, which we utilize, as well as the entire situation having to do with his game development company, which is definitely video gaming news and stuff like that, you know. So we'll continue to cover it and see what happens. And I'm glad somebody's really hunkering down on it and they're trying to get the dirt, you know. Yeah, I saw it, Tim Win, and I said something about it, but I appreciate it, buddy. Yep. Appreciate you linking it. Those things, but legally, yeah. No, you're fine. You're fine, buddy. Yeah, we've just been talking a lot, yeah. Oh, you did? Trying to beat the Elden Ring DLC final boss. Yo, are you having frame drop issues on the final boss? Because I've heard a lot of other people having issues where the final boss is just tanking frames. Let me know when you get a chance. Yeah, I know you're busy right now beating him, but nothing. Okay, cool. Good. Is this the reporter from Bloomberg? Is that who this is, Cash? Oh, someone else? Interesting. Huh. You know what outlet they report for? Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I figured, I mean, because this is big news, right? There's going to be an amount of people that try to stay on top of this, I would assume. Yeah. Slasher? Nice. What a name. What a name, dude. Cool. Yeah, we'll keep track of it. We'll keep track of it. It's important, man, and yeah, it's Mike. Again, I think ultimately my hope is that whatever is whatever has gone down. Hopefully, it doesn't go beyond a single individual here, a single miner. I hope, because we already know it has to do with one, and I hope that it doesn't go beyond that. And I hope that it was not ultimately something that is going to be... it doesn't seem like it should be. But, ultimately I hope it's not something that messes with them too much moving forward, that minor. So that's one of my bigger concerns here over anything else. Got some details on this way back. Oh, when it first happened. Got blast. Oh, really? Good. Now he's being vindicated. Love it. Great. Yeah. Love to hear it, man. Love to hear it. Yeah, I mean, this is always the problem too. You get somebody as high profile as this, and they've got so many viewers. They've got so many fans. And then you've got somebody trying to oust them for something that they did wrong. And they're going to, deny it. Deny. And then what happens is their cronies get involved, their posse and their fan base or whatever. And it goes terribly sideways for the person that's just trying to, do the right thing. It's a weird situation. So I'm glad. That's good to hear. That's probably a lot of what happened right there. I would assume anyways. But cool, man. This is a great video gaming news segment, man. Awesome to be back after our day off yesterday, man. Again, we got all of our video gaming news segments from last week are public on the YouTube page, as well as we got a few different articles. One regarding this situation specifically, the Dr. Disrespect stuff, and getting dropped from his development company, Midnight Society. One about Sweet Baby Inc. and the Marvel Wolverine game, and then one about Elden Ring and stuff. So they're all out there if you guys want to take a look. But we're going to go play games, man. It's game time. We're going to go play Ghost of Tsushima, and we're going to talk about also what's coming up next for the schedule, okay? So, Cash, thanks so much for filling me in on some of the stuff that I wasn't aware of yet with this Dr. Disrespect situation. Thanks for everybody for being here. Soup, thank you for the 2 articles that you helped me out with today. Tinwin, thanks for showing us that there's been a new update for use too and linking that for anybody that might be interested. I appreciate it, buddy. We'll be back with more news tomorrow for June 28th edition. If anybody's hanging out and you're not familiar with what we do, this is our jam every single day, every day but Wednesday. We are live, and we start at roughly 6 a.m. CST CDT. That's 7 a.m. Eastern or 4 a.m. Pacific. We begin with video gaming news, trying to stay current on what's happening in the world of video games as a whole, and promote a healthier industry and place for us as gaming enthusiasts and consumers of all these products, all right? After that, we go play games like we're about to do right now, and we have a great time doing it. We got an awesome community here, always taking care of one another, just trying to promote a place where we can all, create awesome friendships and spread good vibes, be void of negativity and toxicity, and just thrive as video gaming enthusiasts together and just have a great time, man. So if you can dig it, come be a part of it when we're live, and help us grow this amazing community together, okay? Other than that, stay healthy, stay safe, be kind. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to run an outro real quick so we can summarize this news segment. But as soon as it's over, I will be right back up here, and we will get ready to play video games for the rest of the day. You guys rock. I'll see you in 1 second.